Boston, historic, beautiful, and let's be honest, expensive. From $7 coffees to $3,000 one-bedroom apartments, living in Boston comes with a significant price tag in 2025. But is it actually worth it? That's what we're diving into today. Hey everyone, Kimberly Meserve here. As a Boston real estate agent who helps people buy, sell, and relocate across Greater Boston every day, I have a front row seat to the financial reality of living here. And today I'm breaking down exactly what it costs to live in Boston in 2025, from housing and utilities to groceries and transportation. More importantly, I'll help you understand if these costs make sense for your lifestyle and budget, plus share some insider tips on how to make Boston more affordable. Whether you're considering a move here or already living here and wondering if you should stay, this video will give you the real numbers you need to make that decision. Let's start with the elephant in the room, housing costs. This is typically your biggest expense, and Boston ranks among the most expensive housing markets in the country. In 2025, the median rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Boston proper sits at around $3,100 per month, but that also varies dramatically by neighborhood. In the Seaport, you're looking at closer to $3,800 for a one-bedroom. Back Bay and Beacon Hill similarly command premium prices, with one bedrooms averaging around $3,600 a month. More moderate neighborhoods like Jamaica Plain, Dorchester, and parts of Roxbury offer one-bedroom options closer to $2,500 to $2,800 a month. And if you're willing to live with roommates, you can find rooms in shared apartments starting around $1,400 in neighborhoods like Allston, Brighton, and Mission Hill. Thinking about relocating to Boston? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I've linked it down below. From top employers to best hospitals and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is that it's 100% free. That's right, you heard me, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. Now, what about buying? The median home price in Boston proper is now approximately $850,000. Breaking that down by neighborhood and property type makes a huge difference because luxury condos in the Seaport, Back Bay, and Beacon Hill start around $1.2 million for a one bedroom. Two bedrooms in these neighborhoods typically begin at around $1.5 million. More moderately priced areas like Dorchester, Roslindale, and West Roxbury offer single-family homes starting around $750,000, though move-in ready properties typically exceed $850,000. East Boston and Hyde Park still offer some of the better values. You can find condos starting in the 500s and small single families in the high 600s. What's interesting about Boston's housing market in 2025 is the growing gap between luxury properties and everything else. While the ultra high-end market has cooled slightly, entry-level and mid-level housing remains extremely competitive due to limited inventory. So, rent or buy. Unlike many cities where buying is clearly financially advantageous long-term, Boston's high property taxes and condo fees can sometimes make renting more practical, especially if you're not planning to stay more than 3 to 5 years. The typical break-even point for buying versus renting, depending on the property type and neighborhood, is now around 5 to 6 years in Boston. Beyond housing, let's break down the other major living expenses in Boston. Utilities run higher than the national average, primarily due to our cold winters. The average monthly utility bill for a typical one-bedroom apartment is around $250 to $300 a month, including electricity, heating, water, and internet. If you're in an older building with poor insulation, heating costs can spike dramatically during winter months. Groceries in Boston cost approximately 15 to 20% above the national average. A typical single person spends around $450 to $550 monthly on groceries, while a family of 4 averages $1,100 to $1,300. Shopping at Market Basket can save you considerably compared to Whole Foods or Star Market. Transportation costs can vary based on your lifestyle. If you rely on public transit, a monthly MBTA pass costs $100. The system has its flaws, but it's generally reliable for commuting to downtown jobs. If you own a car, parking is a significant expense. Monthly garage spots in downtown areas range from $350 to $500. Resident street parking permits are free, but finding a spot can be challenging in many neighborhoods. And don't forget insurance. Massachusetts has some of the highest auto insurance rates in the country, averaging around $2,100 annually. Healthcare is another major consideration. Massachusetts requires residents to have health insurance, but our excellent healthcare system does come at a price. Even with employer coverage, expect to pay $250 to $400 monthly for a decent family plan. Dining out and entertainment costs are substantial in Boston. A casual dinner for two easily runs $70 to $90 before drinks, while a nicer restaurant will exceed $150. Movie tickets average around $16, and don't get me started on Celtics and Red Sox tickets. Childcare deserves a special mention because it's a major expense for families. Full-time daycare averages $2,500 to $3,200 a month for infants, making it one of the most expensive cities for childcare in the country. When you add it all up, a single person should budget at least $5,000 monthly for a comfortable lifestyle in Boston, while a family of four typically needs $9,000 to $11,000 monthly before savings and investment. So how does Boston stack up against other major cities in 2025? Let's put these numbers in context. Compared to New York City, Boston is actually about 15% less expensive overall. Our housing costs are lower than Manhattan, though more comparable to parts of Brooklyn. Where Boston really saves you money compared to New York City is on transportation and food costs. San Francisco still tops Boston by about 20% in overall expenses, primarily due to their housing costs remaining significantly higher. The tech industry's partial move to remote work hasn't dropped San Francisco prices as much as predicted. Washington, D.C. offers a similar cost profile to Boston with slightly lower housing costs, but comparable expenses elsewhere. Chicago provides significantly better value with housing costs at about 30% below Boston's and overall living expenses about 25% lower. What makes Boston's cost structure unique is our combination of high housing costs with high healthcare and education expenses. This creates a particularly high burden for families with children. However, Boston offers some financial advantages that partially offset these costs. Massachusetts has relatively moderate income taxes compared to states like New York and California. Property taxes in Boston, while high, are actually lower than many of the surrounding suburbs, and there is a residential exemption if you live there. The job market also helps balance the equation. Boston's median household income is approximately $107,000, significantly above the national average. Our knowledge economy centered around education, healthcare, biotech, and technology creates many high-paying jobs. Education quality is another factor to consider in the value equation. Boston's public schools, while mixed, do include some good options through the exam school system. And the concentration of top universities creates opportunities for both education and employment. So let's talk about how to make Boston more affordable in 2025. After helping hundreds of clients navigate Boston's cost challenges, I've identified several strategies that can significantly reduce your expenses. First, location strategy is crucial for housing costs. Rather than focusing on the trendiest neighborhoods, consider more up-and-coming areas with good transportation access. Places like Roslindale, Hyde Park, and certain parts of Dorchester offer significantly better value while still providing relatively easy commutes. If you're renting, the time of your move matters enormously. Winter rentals, think November to February, can be 10 to 15% cheaper than summer rentals. Property managers are more willing to negotiate during these slower periods. For home buyers, consider multifamily properties. Boston has thousands of 2 and 3 family homes where you can live in one unit and rent the others, often covering a significant portion of your mortgage. Transportation hacks can save you thousands annually. If you can live without a car, do it. Combining MBTA with services like Zipcar for occasional use is so much cheaper than car ownership. If you must own a car, compare insurance rates carefully. They can vary by over $1,000 annually between companies. For groceries, Market Basket offers significant savings compared to other chains. Haymarket also provides incredibly cheap produce on Fridays and Saturdays if you're willing to use it quickly. And several Boston neighborhoods now have international grocery stores with much better prices on many items. Dining and entertainment also doesn't have to break the bank. Some Boston establishments have gotten really creative with a workaround for the happy hour. Yes, the infamous happy hour law, offering discounts earlier in the evening. The city's parks and waterfronts provide free entertainment, especially during the summer. And the Boston Public Library system is an incredible resource beyond just books. They offer free passes to museums, classes, and events. The city's community centers provide affordable fitness classes and activities that would cost much more at a private gym. And finally, take advantage of Boston's energy efficiency programs. Mass Save offers free energy audits and significant rebates for improvements that can dramatically reduce your utility bills. So, is Boston worth the high cost of living in 2025? Well, the answer depends entirely on what you value. If you prioritize career opportunities in education, healthcare, biotech, or technology, Boston offers a job market that can help offset the high costs. If you value walkability, history, culture, and 4 distinct seasons, Boston delivers those in abundance. However, if maximizing your housing dollar or lowering your overall cost of living is your primary goal, there are certainly more affordable cities that offer decent job markets and good quality of life. What I tell my clients is that Boston requires financial intentionality. The people who thrive here are the ones who make conscious decisions about where to spend and where to save, rather than trying to have it all. For many, the magic of Boston, its perfect blend of history and innovation, its walkable neighborhoods, world-class cultural institutions, and beautiful outdoor spaces makes the premium price tag worth it. Others find better value elsewhere. If you're considering a move to Boston or wondering if you should stay, I've created a comprehensive Boston relocation guide. Click the link in the description to download it for free. And if you'd like a more personalized assessment of whether Boston makes financial sense for your specific situation, I'm happy to help. My contact information is in the description below. And make sure to hit subscribe for more Boston real estate insights. I'll see you in the next video.